Hey everybody, I'm David, and today I want to talk about a serious subject that's going around in fandom today. Fandom, like the Star Wars fandom, or even the DC or Marvel fandoms in general. Something that some people are certain, like the big sites, like I saw Screen Junkies doing a video about this, and I wanted to do a video about it too, because I think it's good to get awareness of this and start talking about it, because if things don't get talked about, things never change. No matter what the subject is, you've heard this before, and there's always those few that don't want to talk about it because they're probably part of the problem, or they don't realize how bad it is. And one of the things that happened recently was, if you haven't heard, Kelly Marie Tran, who played Rose in Star Wars The Last Jedi, she was attacked on Instagram recently. Very negative things were said, including some racial things, which were totally wrong. And those people should be held accountable and should be ashamed of themselves for putting down an actress that was just in a movie to act for a job. And I feel like sometimes there are fanboys who, not everybody, because I'm a Star Wars fanboy, but I'm not one that attacks celebrities because of a movie that I didn't like. Look, I could go on YouTube and talk crap about a movie like I did recently about the Transformers movies, even though I'm looking forward to this new Bumblebee movie. Look, Michael Bay, I'm not going to lie, he screwed up on the last 4 Transformers movies. The first one he did a good job on, but the ones that he did afterwards, the other 4, were craptastic. Now, there are people that probably enjoyed those movies, and that's fine. People are allowed to like them if they want. I like movies that not a lot of people like. I like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. Hell, I even liked the Power Ranger movie that came out last year. I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, is better than the first Ninja Turtles movie that people like a little bit more. I even like the newer Ninja Turtles movies, at least the first one, that came out in 2014. So there are movies that I like that not a lot of other people like. I'm okay with that. But then there are movies that I like that a lot of people do like The Dark Knight. I think that's a masterpiece of a film. I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I love the original Star Wars trilogy, just like everybody else. I also like Star Wars The Last Jedi. And look, no matter what I thought of the Transformers movies, I'm not going to wish any harm against Michael Bay. All he was doing was a job he was hired for by the studio. And I understand that totally. If the movie's making money, sure, I would. If I was in charge of the studio, I'd probably hire Michael Bay too. He must be doing something right that lots of people like. Look, one of if this Solo situation has something to do with boycotting, which I don't think it has entirely to do with it. I think there were a lot of factors going into Solo with what happened to that movie, because from what I hear, the people that are watching it seem to be enjoying it, and the people that seem to be boycotting it are missing out and not voicing their opinion in a proper way. But I think there is a way we can voice our opinions, but being respectful to others at the same time. And some people will bring up this freedom of speech talk, right? Like, freedom of speech, I'm allowed to say whatever I want. Yeah, you can say whatever you want. You can say hurtful things, but don't expect people to be quiet about it and just take your hate speech and not throw it back at you and then defend themselves. Don't think people are not going to do that. If you're going to pick a fight with someone, don't expect them to let you beat them. They're going to fight back. And some people don't want to fight back. Some people just say, dude, why are you doing this? Just be cool. Why do you want to hurt me? Why? And I've gotten one specifically, a troll in the past that attacked me for my videos, told me to quit doing videos, that what I was doing was wasting my time. Oh, why do you do this? You suck at it. You shouldn't be, and then started calling me ugly and stuff. And I'm like, what is this? Like, I don't have to take your abuse. I'm just going to block you and get out of here. Why are you wasting your time on my videos harassing me about myself? If you don't like me, you're not forced to watch me. I'm doing these videos for myself because I want to. And if there's people that connect with me, then that's awesome. But if there's people that don't, then get out. You're not forced to be here. And it's the same thing with movies and music and TV shows and whatever form of medium you might like. There is no right or wrong answer in liking or disliking it. But why do you have to be a douche about it? Like, why try to hurt somebody's feelings? Are you really that angry with your life that you think that hurting somebody else is going to make you feel better? Does it really make you feel better? This is coming from someone who's never, hurt anyone in that capacity before. I've done some stupid shit in my past, but nothing to that extent where I feel like I need to hurt somebody. I think some people really need to sit down and think about their actions. Like, think about, hey, how would I feel if somebody said this to me? Would I like it? Because if you really sit down and think about it, you probably would realize, nah, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like somebody saying that to me. But sometimes some people don't think about this. And you know what the sad thing is? I know people friends and family that do not go on the internet like I do. They're not as socialized on Twitter or YouTube like I am. And I like to be in the experience, in the community, the fanboy community, talking about the things that I love along with other fans, But I've been attacked with movies and shows that I like Batman v Superman. I did a whole video of myself comparing the first 3 MCU films with the first 3 DCU films. One of my most disliked videos ever. People calling me names, telling me to quit making videos and stuff like that. I just ignore it. And people are allowed to voice their opinions. That's fine. But they could have found better words to say why they didn't like my video. Is it just because they didn't like the opinion that I had on those movies, or was it the video itself? Some people thought the video I did was fine. They didn't agree with me, but they still thought the video was good. I did a good job on it, and that's the kind of criticism I like. People who don't agree with me and voice that aspect, but say, hey, but you did a good job with the video. This is still a good video that you did. I just don't get why people get so butthurt when someone disagrees with them or is on the opposite page on them, and they feel like, let's bring this person down, let's tear this person down. I just never been in those shoes, and I've been somebody that was, I wasn't the most popular kid when I was in elementary school or high school. I was the shy kid who rather be on his own and not hang out with too many people. I had a few friends here and there, but not too many to say I was the most popular kid in school. No, that came later on for me when I got into college and broke out of my shell and got to start fresh and new and had a different experience in college, which I enjoyed a lot more. But I wasn't that popular kid, so maybe that's how I grew a thick skin in some sense. So, but then again, I never really had the internet, so I couldn't really go and be a troll. So I don't know how I would be if I had an iPhone back then and Twitter back then. But there were chat boards. I went on chat boards. I joked with people, but I never really trolled people and tried to bring them down, tried to break them as people, because that just seems wrong. And it's strange coming from the Star Wars and Marvel and DC fan communities, because a lot of the movies that we all watch, usually people who respond to movies and characters that they like are usually characters in movies, stories that we can relate to. For me, I like superheroes and Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter because it's all about good versus evil. And I like the morals that the heroes hold, to stick up for your fellow man, to be good to others, to try to be better than what you can. That's what I hold on to. And so when I find out that these are people from the Star Wars fan community hurting others, it's hard for me to say, really, that's a Star Wars fan? I don't know. Sometimes I think it's fake fans. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's not right for me to say they're fake fans. Maybe they are real fans. Maybe they're fans of the Empire, and that scares me, because no one should be the fan of the Joker. No one should be a fan of the Empire. Yes, they are great villains because they work so well off the heroes in a story sense, but that doesn't mean you want the villains to win, do you? I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people do. There are villains that you feel for, like Darth Vader, when you find out, wait a minute, Darth Vader isn't as bad as he seems. There is good in Vader, and you're rooting for Vader to come join the good side. Same thing with Kylo Ren. There was a time where I wanted Kylo Ren to come to the good side, but then he tried to kill Luke, and I was like, that's it? You're bad. But to stay on course, I mean, these are heroes and villains that we should learn from ourselves. And I don't know, it's hard for me to know how trolls really work sometimes. And sometimes when you think you know how they work, there's always this new level of troll, I guess. Look, I used to have a philosophy, troll the trolls. If you see a troll on a message board or something, you troll them. And I used to switch it around. I used to defend Justin Bieber a lot from trolls that hated Bieber, that threatened his life and stuff, because it's like, why are you threatening a kid who's just making music and entertaining people? Like, why does it bother you so much? And so I would flip it around and troll them that way and make fun of them and stuff. But now I do look back at that and think to myself, well, was that the right thing to do? Because maybe that just fueled the fire even more for that person to go, troll people that did like Bieber even more. So I don't know. I really don't know what to say about fandom and how it works and how to stop trolls from doing what they do. I mean, I think if we just remain strong and keep talking about this, the more we talk about it and the more we unite against evil, I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true. If we unite and help others who we see are being attacked and defend them, maybe it will show that, we're stronger than you think. You can't break our spirits, and you never will. You can say all you want to these people, but we will defend them and we will stand behind them. Almost like the Me Too movement. I don't know. Something similar to that. Because people shouldn't be attacked for their race, for their nationality, for their background, for whatever country they're from. They should stand proud and be proud of that, no matter the color or the religion that they believe in. Or if you're an atheist, that's cool too. My brother is an atheist. I'm religious. I'm not full religious, but I believe in a higher power. So I think if we just find common ground, like me and my brother, I think we can learn to respect each other and have civilized conversations. That's just me. I want other people to comment below and tell me their thoughts on fandom and what can we do to make the movie community for Star Wars, for Marvel, for DC, for any fan base that has this kind of stuff, because this has been going on for years and people are just realizing it now. But I've experienced this before. I mean, we could take this all the way back to Batman and Robin, when Joel Schumacher was attacked for that movie. Like, it wasn't his fault. He was just hired to make that movie the way it was, and he did his job, and he gets a lot of flack for it, even to this day sometimes, which is maybe a little unfair. And so we've all contributed to this in some way. I admit, I was one of those people that bashed Joel Schumacher, but that was when I was like a teenager. I'm grown up now. I'm going to be 35 years old this summer. And I'm realizing the errors of my ways from the past. And I'm hoping that a lot of these people that are who attacked Kelly Marie Tran are just teenagers that haven't grown up yet. I'm hoping, because if they are in their 30s or 40s, that's where it gets a little scary for me, because these people should be grown up and realizing that, guys, this is just a movie. Chill. There are other more important things to worry about than Luke dying at the end of The Last Jedi. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen that movie yet. But yeah, so comment below, guys. Let's get a conversation going about this. This is something that it has bothered me for a while now, and I'm glad Screen Junkies made a video talking about it as well. You guys can go and check them out. You probably have, because they're bigger than I am. But if you haven't, if you're not a watcher of Screen Junkies, I just recommended it to you. You'll know the video when you see it. And with that being said, let's spread this discussion around and get people aware and talking about it, that we are not happy with the way fandom is going right now, and we need to make improvements. So yeah, like this video, subscribe to my channel, everybody, and until next time, take care.